Hi everyone, welcome back to another edition of Magazine Monday, where we're working in the Crafts Beautiful magazine, issue 330 from March 2019, and we are trying to use most of the stamp set, not most, but the stamp set that they gave us, or that you pay for really. I think you pay more for the stamp set than the book, but hey, it's this stamp set right here. I'm just going to show it on here so it's not that much of a glare. But we're going to be working on this project, which I think is pretty cool. This one right here, where it says print directly onto pattern papers to add texture. I pulled out some papers. If we get a chance to get to these, we will. But this is pink, and the colors that I chose is this yellow and like this seafoam color. Thought that would go well together. And I cut it down. I want to say that this is this right here is 4 1/8 by 6. I'm not sure, but I know this is 6 by 4, or so. That's what we're going to be going for right here. And let's go ahead and pull out our stamps. Okay, so I want to tell you something. This spot right here is bothering me. It's a clean spot. It's just that I erased. Took my eraser and I erased right there. So I don't know why it's like that now. We're going to try to replicate this as best as possible. As you can tell that they did take like their pen or something and put a little line on there. And I was thinking I didn't want to use the have a happy birthday, a beautiful day. I want to use something else, but I am thinking we're going to go exactly with what they have. Okay, so we just need to move this one up some. And now here comes the problem, I think. These lines in the bird cages. So as you can tell, I'm just trying to emulate this right here. I'm going to put this down as low as possible. And I think emulation will not work. But we're going to figure this out, because I'm not sure what size card this is. It's probably a little bit wider. But I wanted to try to... do you have a lot of 6x6 paper? Do you have a lot of paper? I have enough paper to never buy paper for the next day, I guess. No, I like paper. I'm not sure about you. And so I never like to tell myself don't buy something. Because if I say I'm going to go on a no spend or a no do this or a no do that, I'm going to do it. I'm not faithful to myself like that. I cannot, I don't know. And plus, I don't like to do that. I just feel like that's not necessary. You know, say, oh, I'm not going to do this. And, you know, really restrict yourself. Some people it works for great. I love that when someone says, I haven't been shopping in 7 years. And I went to the store and this is what I bought. And they bought like 5 things. And it's like, okay. It was like glue, tape, one marker, an eraser, and, you know, like a candy bar. I'm like, you have great willpower. So this is not going to work out like I wanted to. It's going to work. And you can see right here they have lines going through theirs as well. But let's see. Maybe I can just move this, have a beautiful day out the way for now. And work this out. Will this work? I think that will work. Just like that. Now, if you know anything about symmetry, you probably know that these two probably shouldn't be next to each other. But that's how it's going to work today, because that's how I have room for it. And what we're going to do is we're going to stamp both of the card fronts at the same time. So let's do that. All right, so here we are so far. It's coming out pretty good, I guess. Better than I thought. I want to talk about this before we go any further. You see this little nick? It's built in the stamp. So, you know, I was going to use the, what is it, Black Soot ink from Tim Holtz Ranger, because it looks more vintage. You know, it's supposed to be like a vintage color because it's a distress stain. But I didn't. So I think that it would have came out a lot better if I had used the archival vintage color, because whatever the mixture, the formula is in there, would have gave it that vintagey look, I guess. But we're going with this now. The one thing I don't like about stamps, as I've learned over time, is I don't like solid stamps. And a lot of these stamps are solid, which is fine because it's supposed to be a certain way. But I don't like solid stamps. Like I would prefer a hollowed out stamp. I learned that 2 years ago, I think, or last year maybe, when I had got a stamp. I think it was from Target. That was a unicorn. It was one solid color. It was like only 2 spots you could actually color in. So now I don't buy those kinds of stamps. So I have some already, but I don't buy them because I want to, if I purchase a stamp, I want to be able to color it myself. So we almost look just like that, huh? Let me go ahead and put some lines in. For this part, I would suggest to use a thin marker, you know, black, what is it, 2.0, the micron. We don't have to use a micron, I think that's what it's called, but just a black marker. In my case, I don't have one close by. Of course, I never come to the table fully 100% prepared. So I'm going to use this fancy pen that I got in friend mail. And we're just going to draw a line. And we're going to draw it right from the bottom. No, let's draw this one first. Because I got to think about that, how I want to come out of the birthday. Have a beautiful birthday. And just use a ruler or whatever you have. If you don't want to draw a line, you don't have to. After all, it is your creation. All right, so if you had a marker, you know, it would be a lot thicker and it would look a little bit better. And so it looks like they tried to make a little bow, and all I'm going to do is just make a little bow. And what I did is I just put a little circle on each side. So let's go with this one. And you know, when I was stamping out this image right here, it kind of stamped out crooked, but I'm thinking if it's hanging on a chain or a rope or a wire or whatever, the wind's blowing it. Right? So I think, I can't say 100%, but I think life is returning back to my normal. And another little circle. Now see, this is the problem. I don't want my, that's probably why I put it at the bottom. I don't want this to look like a long letter. Let's leave that alone for now. I gotta think about that one still some more. Oh, that makes sense. Like I don't want it to be a long line in the H, because that would just look, I've seen things, you know, it's so funny. The big room and I were talking yesterday about, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I think it was yesterday, about quality control. And when we first met, he said that he used to work at a job kind of like that. And he said he did not like quality control. But I was telling him, I don't think, you know, we were talking about the same thing, but not the same thing. Because I was telling him, I said, no, you know, have you seen those memes where, you know, like they spell school backwards? They'll have the C and the H backwards, and it's like you had one job. So I don't want my one job to be that the H is dragged all the way down to the very bottom. But I think we can try this D. Let's try the D. If it doesn't work out, you know what? It's just, in this instance, it is just paper. You can always just pull it out. See, that doesn't look too bad, right? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Have you ever had to make such a hard decision? All right, let's see if I can't fix this. So I had posted on my Facebook page that I really want to see Toy Story 4. And the little roommate was showing he's showing interest in the toys, I guess you could say, not really in Toy Story. But I am such a spoiler fanatic. And, well, you know, in some things, because I'll still watch the movie if I think it's a good movie or whatever. But I'm also a big crybaby, so we will not be seeing Toy Story 4. If you've seen it before, if you've seen it already, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. See, that's so pretty, right? You turn it over and it's blue. It was destined to be with these two. And now, you know what? I'm going to use some tape. So I'm just going to apply this down. And since it's a little, just a, you know, a little bit bigger, it shouldn't be too hard to place down. And then you just want to take it and smooth it down some, burnish it. Just like that. I do believe that you don't have to put anything in there because this is a light color. It's not like a super dark color like I normally use, but I might, which I doubt, but I might put a white sheet of paper in, which I probably won't, just to be honest. That is our Magazine Monday. I think we got almost close, right? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Pretty close. Opposite, right? All right, I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed. Until next time, happy crafting.